Hey Facebook, my name is Greg. I'm Midtown Comics' Marketing and Events Manager. Behind the iPhone is John Quinones. He's the Midtown Digital Marketing Manager. And today we're here to show you what new comic book day is like right here in Midtown Comics, Times Square. So let's take a trip at the new release wall. So it starts here at Dark Horse Comics, a brand new Alien series. A new series, which is only in the second issue now, Black Hammer, by a writer named Jeff Lemire. Hopefully many of you know him, very talented guy. An artist named Dean Ormston. Let's take a look at Aliens, because obviously this is a huge franchise. There's a new movie on the way. And this is a great way to get your Aliens fix in the meantime. Only show a few pages. We don't want to spoil anything, obviously. We'll show one more page. Really did a good job duplicating the environments. Alright, I'll also show a page or two of Black Hammer. Just because obviously there's so much love for the big two, Marvel and DC. But it's good to show off everything else that the comic industry has to offer. And I think this comic's off to a very promising start, so I definitely want to give it some love. Shazam fans / Captain Marvel fans should get the reference here. Alright, so let's keep moving down. A few more Dark Horse titles. BPRD, connected to the Hellboy universe. And then we move into DC Comics. Now, in case you haven't been following the news, DC is doing something called Rebirth. They essentially relaunched many of their titles, and it's really, really good so far. I'm not just saying that because I work here, and my job depends on you guys buying comics. It's legitimately good. Jeff Johns, very talented writer, he worked with all the creative teams to go back to the roots of each of these characters and teams. What do people love about them? What makes them special? And so far I think they're doing a good job bringing back these characters in refreshing but familiar ways. So let's take a look. We have a new Aquaman. I believe that's a Brad Walker cover. Yes, it is. There we go, named down there. Great variant. Let me give a few pages of that for all the Jason Momoa fans out there. Aquaman is not lame, by the way. Really got to stop with that misconception. Okay, it's not the most flattering Aquaman moment right there, but I swear he's not lame. Dude's a powerhouse. Mara kicking some butt. Alright, action-packed start for Aquaman number 5. Then we also have the debut issue, Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, number 1. There was previously Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, Rebirth, and now the series starts right here. So let's take a quick look at it. Got some canary cry going on. And we'll show one more page. Let's linger on this for a second to be totally shameless. No, it's awesome that we have ads like these in the comics. Alright. Moving on. Lesser known title right here, Batman, Chapter 5. He's battling Gotham. I believe that's a David Finch cover. Yeah, definitely is. And this is off to a very intense start. I've been rewatching Batman the Animated Series. It took me a few months, and there was a great moment, I think, when Barbara Gordon goes into the Batcave, and Alfred attempts to, cover for Bruce. He says, "You've discovered our secret. I am Batman." And it was very. So that just briefly reminded me of that. So you have Alfred in the cape and cowl. And just one more page. Boom, the bat kick. Alright. Great series so far. Harley Quinn. She was already incredibly popular, now thanks to David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Even more people are interested in her. If you are one of those people, obviously you should check out this comic. Get the first issue first. I mean, technically every issue should be a jumping on point, but just play it safe. Always start from the beginning of a new story arc. Show you one more page. All right. Then we have Nightwing back in blue. Let's show you a few quick pages of that, obviously, because, you know, it's Nightwing, you have to. All right, don't want to spoil too much. All right, let's move on. Let's speed up the pace a little bit so we could get the whole wall. We have Dr. Fate. That's been really fun so far. Green Arrow. Fun may not be the right choice of word. It's been very good. Green Arrow also has returned in Rebirth, and it's been returned to what some people may remember about the character's strong political views, the goatee. Let's do a super quick preview because it's really, really good. And if you read the Jeff Lemire run with Andrea Sorrentino and Marcelo Maelo, you'll be happy to know a character or two from that run has reappeared in this. They vanished for a little bit once their run was over, but now they have returned. All right. The Green Lanterns, Simon Baz, Jessica Cruz, taking on Atrocitus. We have a new collection of Injustice Gods Among Us. It's
Do you know when the Superman American Alien, the
trade?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but everyone loves it.
Yeah.
One of our retail guys should be able to help you out. Vic down there.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one. Okay. So, Injustice Gods Among Us, Year 5. That's been a really fun comic. It's a digital comic, but there are also printed editions where they collect 3 of the digital chapters. It's been action-packed, really good time. And with Injustice 2 on the way, the video game, it's been announced that Tom Taylor, the writer behind the first 2 volumes and half the 3rd volume, he's going to return to the comic.
You don't work here?
I do work here. We're just doing a live video right now. Sorry, sir. So yeah, that's exciting. And this morning they announced that, of course, Harley Quinn's going to be playable and Deadshot's playable too. Really excited about that part. All right, moving on. We have a new chapter of Justice League. Come on, I have to show you a page or two of this. How could I not? It's Justice League. All right, and now let's just quickly take a look at everything else over here. We have Legends of Tomorrow, Scooby Apocalypse, Suicide Squad #1. Look at this great Lee Bermejo cover. Got a Jim Lee cover. Then we also have a Midtown exclusive variant cover by Tyler Kirkham. We have it in color, black and white. And we actually posted something earlier today, an editorial about why you should check this comic out. It's a very fun issue. It's fast-paced. It doesn't really reveal too much about the bigger premise, but it's a good start. It shows potential with each of the characters, their fun personalities. Fun may, again, not be the best choice of words there for some of the Suicide Squad members. Let's take a super quick look at Jim Lee's art. And then I'm going to show you the backup, which is illustrated by Jason Fabok, and I believe Brad Anderson does the coloring, which is so good. All right, you have Katana selecting the new team. Then you have the new team, which, of course, is basically the same as the roster on the movie. Got to capitalize on that, of course. And now let's go to the back. I don't want to spoil anything, so we have a backup story just about Deadshot, which looks so good. Check out Jason Fabok's art. He worked with Jeff Johns for the Dark Side War. He's worked on Detective Comics. So this backup is all about Deadshot, his relationship to his daughter, as well as a mission he had to go on. And it may or may not involve the Dark Knight. Okay, it does. It's awesome. Well, you know what? Let me just show you one more panel. Check that out. So good. All right. So Suicide Squad #1. No matter how you felt about the movie, if you're interested in the characters, obviously a great jumping on point. It doesn't matter if you've read Suicide Squad comics for decades, or if the movie was your first introduction to the character. This is something you should check out to learn more about the characters and enjoy a really fast-paced and fun story. Then we have Supergirl Rebirth #1. Show you a few pages of this. Show one more page. don't worry, we're getting to Marvel soon. I know sometimes people tune in this video right away, and just want you to know, we work our way down the whole wall. Dark Horse, DC, some of the non-big 2 publishers, and then we end with Marvel, so we'll get there soon, don't worry. Alright, so there's a new chapter of Superman, Patrick Gleason, Peter Tomasi. Oh, and let's go over here, new DC collections. I want to show them real quick. We have Vertigo, new Lucifer, Hellblazer, Wonder Woman by George Perez. If you're excited about the movie next year, this is what you gotta read. George Perez's iconic run. I will show you a few pages. It starts off with a conflict with Ares, the god of war. It's obviously her origin changes with different incarnations of the character, but this is often regarded as, the Wonder Woman origin. Alright, don't want to spoil too much. Earth 1 Volume 2 of the Teen Titans. And then we have a new trade of, it's a hardcover of Injustice Gods Among Us, Year 4, Volume 2. And then My Childhood Dream Come True. I can't believe this is finally reality. Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was an incredibly fun crossover. It was pure fan service. James Tynion the fourth, Freddie Williams the second, Jeremy Caldwell on colors. It was such an entertaining read. If you love these 2 franchises, I think it's something you're going to have a lot of fun with. I mean, I wish I could go back in time and give this to 5-year-old me. It would be amazing to see his reaction. Seriously, read this. Alright, let's move on to some of the non-big 2. So we have Back to the Future from IDW. Star Trek, of course. Down here we have a little bit of Doctor Who, Transformers. Now we get into Image, Black Road, Descender, Hunt. A few titles down there, but also there's a few new titles. Demonic #1. Midtown Comics employee Vic Melendez, he was flipping through this earlier. He started reading it before working, of course, and he'll complete it later when he's on break. But what'd you think so far of Demonic?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
If anyone that reads any of the Skybound imprint books, they know what they're getting into. Outcast, Walking Dead, it's very all horror related. This is just more of the same. I got a real feel of that Deliver Us from Evil with Eric Bana that came out a few years ago. Basically NYPD cop, dealing with a lot of supernatural stuff. This one has a slight different tone than that. Not going to spoil it. I'd rather you guys read it, check it out for yourself, see what you think. I recommend it. So far, so good. The pages, the artwork's very solid. Anyone that's a fan of like Moon Knight or the one with Warren Ellis or the current one with Jeff Lemire, the art's very style's very similar.
Spoilers.
And
Stop.
it's a good book. I recommend it. This and also The Hunt from Shadowline.
Which is also new.
If anyone's into like Irish folklore, fairies and such, this is the darker end of that. So these fairies are not nice, they're not cute, they are here to terrorize this poor family. And first issue was very solid. I'm very excited to read the second one.
Have you checked out Horizon?
I have not yet.
Okay.
No,
Looks like
unfortunately not.
Issue 2 came out, and there's a reprint of issue 1.
Looking forward to that. Also, there's Rumble.
Yes, that's
Spawn-
Rumble and I Hate Fairyland are my 2 favorites from
Yeah.
Image. What do you like about those 2 titles?
Rumble is it's great. It's written by John R. Arcudi, who works a lot with Mike Mignola on BPRD. It blends everything. It blends fantasy, it blends action, it blends comedy. And at the heart of it is just like really 2 great characters, Rathrock and our main hero, who are they're awesome to read. And I Hate Fairyland is just,
Yes.
I mean, the title alone says it, what the book is about.
Scotty Young completely unleashed.
Yes,
Let's
pretty much.
show off a page or 2 of this one. Since it's one of my favorite titles, I have to promote it.
Yeah, this one, I like the cover a lot for this one. Lets you know pretty much what you're getting in for this week.
Things are likely going to get graphic pretty soon. Just a heads up to viewers. Oh, there, yeah, see, eyeballs. It is just so much twisted fun.
Yeah, the art does tend to change up for this week, but it works, and there's a reason for it. As you can see by that one page, you can tell where
Oh, wow.
what's going
Okay.
on here, what's going to happen.
Very awesome. And does Wreck-It Ralph appear?
Unfortunately, no. Sorry, guys. Gotta get your hopes up.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, I can't wait to read this.
Okay, so we got a question from Ignacio. What's your favorite new comic to read now? I guess I'll pose that to both of you.
We just talked about both of them. Rumble
Other
and I Hate
than-
Fairyland are my top two.
I would say honestly, Sheriff of Babylon from Vertigo by Tom King, and also The Vision by Tom King. Those are by far, I think, the two best books that come out on a monthly basis.
Playing it safe. Everyone loves those books.
Well, that's true, true. But I just read The Vision myself. I just bought the graphic novel the other day, and it's amazing. Tom King is probably one of my top writers right now. I'm loving everything he's writing, and I cannot recommend Sheriff of Babylon highly enough.
I also love Old Man Logan. That's Jeff Lemire, Andrea Sorrentino, Marcelo Maiello. It is just a great creative team all around. It's amazing. I thought you couldn't really follow up Old Man Logan that well, but they've done it.
They've more than
Yeah.
proven that they're up to the task.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vic.
No
All
problem,
right, so
guys.
let's keep looking
Enjoy.
down the wall. Manifest Destiny and Spawn Kills Everyone. Todd McFarlane, obviously. Kind of inspired by Scotty Young, it seems. Very cool. Let's take a quick look at this for all the Spawn fans out there. All right, moving on. The Wicked and the Divine. Everyone loves this book. One of our staffers here, Enrique Verona, he wrote a great post about why he thinks it's an important title that's worth reading. And let's move on. We are now in Marvel. Obviously, the big thing going on here is Civil War II. There's an Inhuman who can allegedly predict tragedies that will occur. Captain Marvel believes they should use him to their advantage and stop crimes before they happen. Iron Man says, no way, that's messed up. You can't, take someone in before they've even potentially considered committing a crime. So let's take a look at Black Widow, Mark Waid, Chris Samney. I don't think it's not a Civil War II tie-in, but still, come on. Chris Samney is a great visual storyteller. Let's show one more page. Alright, let's move on. Uncanny Avengers, a fun book. Jerry Duggan. Sam Wilson, Captain America, with Americops on the cover. Great cover. Which reminds me, if you check out our blog.midtowncomics.com, every Monday we post some of our favorite upcoming new covers. Once again, that's written by Enrique Verona, and this was one of the covers. Let's just show one more page. All right. We have a new chapter of Choosing Sides, which are multiple short stories. The one that has my interest most, Declan Shelby's working on one for Nick Fury Jr. And we have The Fallen. I don't want to spoil anything because obviously, people jump on comics at different points in time. But this is capitalizing on a really big thing that occurred in Civil War II. Again, don't want to spoil it, but yeah, that's going to flesh that out and further expand on a really big development. Then we have a bunch of Civil War II tie-ins. Gods of War, Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men. So obviously when something huge goes on in the Marvel Universe, they like to see how it's affecting every little pocket. And yeah, it's a good way to really expand on the big events and find a way to, involve some of your favorite characters and see how everyone's reacting to it. If we look right above, there's a few new collections. We have a new Star Wars for all the Star Wars fans out there. This has been a great return for the franchise with Marvel, so definitely give it a shot. There's several tie-ins like Darth Vader. Star Brand collection, recollecting some classic stuff, which includes the first appearance of Wolverine. For the Deadpool fans, there's a volume of The Mercs for Money, where Deadpool has his very own team of mercenaries. So let's continue looking. We have a second printing of the very first issue of Civil War #2. So if you missed out on how this big event started, there you go. We have a printing of the digital Daredevil and Punisher comic. So fans of the Daredevil Netflix show, give this a shot, as well as the Punisher and Daredevil series. So let's just flip through a few pages of this. I believe this collects maybe 2 or 3 of the digital chapters. So Daredevil's trying to solve things his way. Punisher has his own solution. Always bring a bazooka to a baton fight. I think that's what the Punisher regularly says. Alright, the unbelievable Gwenpool. Quite a few cool covers here. Let's take a quick look at this. Let me get this cover. Miles Morales. I believe he's actually in the comic as well. It's not a misleading cover. Batroc back there. More Batroc the Leaper. If you're not, if you haven't really taken a trip into the comic book universe, Batroc is the guy who, in the beginning of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, got his butt kicked by Steve Rogers. Tried to go toe to toe with the Super Soldier, didn't go well for him. Still showed off some good skill. Maybe we'll see the dude again one day. All right, moving on. All New Inhumans, Mockingbird for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans. We have Moon Knight #4. Is this a second? Yeah, second printing. Okay. Great cover by Greg Smallwood there and Jordi Belair. Power Man and Iron Fist. I am loving this series. It's really, really, really entertaining. And if you're interested in all the Netflix stuff, this may not be the same tone, of course, as what Netflix is going for, but it's a really good time, this comic. So I'll just show a few more pages real quick. And I'll show one more page. I mean, come on, it's Power Man and Iron Fist. You gotta give them some love. And hopefully the Netflix show motivates more people to check out their history. They have some great comics. If you're interested in Iron Fist, Immortal Iron Fist. So good. It's easily one of the best comics I've ever read. It's up there. It's not hyperbole, it's that good. So now we have Web Warriors. If you like Spider-Man, Marvel has so much to offer with the guy's universe. There's so many spin-offs, and there's even more on the way. Prowler is even getting his own series. There's Spider-Woman, her tie-in to Civil War II. And once again, the Star Wars fans, Poe Dameron, like I said before, Marvel is making sure Star Wars fans are being treated well. There's a lot of really good comics. We have a new chapter of The Mighty Thor, a new chapter of The Ultimates, and we will end with one of my favorite Marvel books, All New Wolverine, which features X-23 as the new Wolverine. Excuse me, as the all-new Wolverine. So this is a Civil War II tie-in, written by Tom Taylor. Love the guy's work. So in this, I believe the Inhuman Ulysses, who can see the future, believes that Old Man Logan is going to commit a crime. And Captain America is there to stop it. I don't want to spoil what the crime is. We'll show one more page, though. Alright, looks like it's about to get action-packed, so let's end it there. So that is it for the latest edition of New Comic Book Day. Hopefully you saw a few comics out there that you want to check out, and hopefully you are already following a few new comics that may have new issues on the way. But yeah, feel free to stop by our store at any time. The staff is more than happy to help you out and help determine what kind of comics you would be interested in. Because obviously everyone has totally different tastes, and what one person may find brilliant may not be for someone else. So, once again, our staff is here to help you find the comic that's right for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.